Hey everybody, this is Joe. Have you ever had something you shot, whether you got paid for it or not? Um, Preferably, you got paid for it, a job you did, and you really loved what you did. Your client loved what you did, and you put it on social media, and you're not getting like a lot of likes, or somebody makes a comment about it that's kind of like not right. Um, or you start scrolling and you start seeing other people's work and you start questioning your ability. You start questioning, did I really do good with that? Am I just full of myself? And then that degrade just starts to slope, the slippery slope just come down and down and down. Unfortunately, that's what social media does. I love social media and I hate social media. Um, if you can get on it and post, and just do that and not scroll and look for other people's stuff and try to compare what you're doing to what they're doing. I mean, comparing is not good. It's nice to get ideas from people, somebody that you really look up to and respect, whatever profession you're in. Mine obviously is photography. And if you're watching this, it probably is as well. And I don't like social media for that reason. Everything is dictated by how many likes you get, what kind of comments you get. Somebody love it, did they share it? And honestly, a lot of my stuff people love, and some of the stuff I get 300, 400 likes on it, comments all over. But does that do me any good? No. Monetarily wise, no. I can't track that to say that these people are coming in to buy something from me or they're hiring me to do a job. And that's not to say that someone down the line there didn't see it and maybe they just kept me in the back of their mind for something. That's always a possibility. Social media, like I said, is great if you don't get wrapped up into it. Um, so I'm going to try for 30 days not get on social media at all, other than LinkedIn, because I think LinkedIn for photography for me, I started using it and it's more business oriented. And I don't scroll. I don't do that doomsday scrolling. And so I think that's something that I am looking at doing. I already started that today. I've not opened Facebook. I'm not opened Instagram, and I'm going to do that for a month. I just think that it's too much anxiety, the dopamine, the ups and downs, comparing yourself. Am I doing good? Am I not doing good? Um, Instead of like loving what you're doing and just putting your mind to doing something constructive and creative, you're on there trying to figure out what somebody else is doing, and are they doing it as good as you? Are they better than you? Um, and a cycle that's horrible. Um, I just think it's long overdue for me. I want to put my energy and efforts into my website, which is joealbertsignature.com if you want to check that out, and start doing a lot more blogging of the stuff that I do, because I think that's going to get me the satisfaction that I want. And I also believe that there's a lot of people. I look at my website and I can see the statistics on there, and there's a lot of people that come to my website. And I think a lot of people don't even have a website, or they just have a landing page that takes them to Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, TikTok, whatever they're doing. And that's one thing I have never been on TikTok. I know it's such a craze and I know people love it, and hey, God bless you. That's one more thing to deal with. I'm not on Twitter much at all, or X, not at all. Most of my stuff has always been Facebook. Instagram, I don't do well with. I might have 2,100 followers, and and it never really changes no matter what I do with it. So it's not a big deal. I don't really care. Um, I don't get anything from platforms like that at all. And if you do, hey, that's great. Maybe you can share how you're doing it, but I don't. Facebook is probably the biggest thing of interaction of any of those platforms. And like I said, I'm not on TikTok, so I really can't vouch for that. But I do know like Instagram, hardly anything. I just started using. I mean, I've had the account for a long time, LinkedIn, but I just really now started putting some effort into that. And I've also been doing a lot more blogging and putting photographs up on my website. But it's a dangerous trap to get into. Comparing yourself, number one, is horrible. There's nobody going to do it like you. There's nobody can do it like you. You are your own unique person. And trouble is, you start seeing all this stuff, and you're just seeing glimpses of people's lives. And I know you've probably heard this many times, but you're just seeing glimpses of people's lives, their happy times, their fun times, their money times, whatever it is. But you don't see the story they have to get to where they are, and how many times they have fallen down, and how many times they've gotten back up. We don't see any of that. It's just the highlight reels, and that's basically what it is. It's a highlight reel of whatever they want to show you. And honestly, I think it's terrible. Um, it's nice if you have money. It's nice if you have nice equipment. It's nice if you have a lot of work. It's nice if you drive a beautiful car. That's all great, but you can't compare yourself to that. You can't. You are where you are for a reason, and you have to learn to be the very best you can. The only person now that I want to be better than is better than myself that I was yesterday. I don't want to have to worry about somebody else that might be a Nikon ambassador, or somebody else that is doing $200,000 worth of portraits a year. Somebody else that's going to sell you this or that or their idea. That's great, man. That is awesome. That's just truly, truly awesome. And I'm happy for people when they can actually do something they love to do and make money at it. However, most of those people I don't believe are doing what they tell you they're doing. You go to all these seminars, and I mean, it's hard. If you're in a small city, I mean, to do a couple $100,000 in headshots in a small city, like where there's like 200 photographers, I I highly doubt it. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I highly doubt it. It's like influencers. How many people want to be an influencer? What's the percentage of those people that actually are true influencers that make a lot of money? All the people out there doing it, how many are actual influencers? People that say, hey, I make a living, I pay for everything, I do everything through this. I bet it's really small. But again, they keep feeding you all that stuff to get your dopamine flying, and then you get let down all the time. So I guess this whole little uh, video is about just be you as a photographer. Be the best you that you can be. Don't worry about your competition. You know, there's plenty of business for everybody. Everybody has a different outlook on things. Some people have a studio. Some people use the outdoors as a studio. Some people use a hotel as a studio. It doesn't really matter. Just be the best you that you can be. And that's the bottom line. If you like what you're doing and you really thought you did great on that photo session, then don't let somebody tell you you didn't. Don't let your own mind tell you you didn't. You can always learn. I learn every day. There's not a day that I do not learn something. And I've been doing this for 36 years full time. Yes, 36 years. But I've been doing this full time. I have not had a job in that 36 years. I am blessed. I'm thankful. It's been ups and downs. I got into the digital age very early on, like 2001. And I used to shoot Hasselblad. I used to do 30 weddings a year. I used to do kids' pictures. I used to do all that stuff. But I'm more focused now on headshots. I do a lot of architectural, a lot of stuff for realtors. I do a lot of that, and I've gotten really, really good at it. Good at editing. Editing is amazing. Yes, you can send it to India or Pakistan or wherever they send it. You can do that, it takes them a while to come back, and you never know what it's going to really look like or if the same artist is doing it. Me personally, I would rather know how to do that process and do it myself. Now, if I got to the point where I couldn't because I'm so swamped, I've done 5 houses in a day, and I'm not talking about 1,000 square foot houses. These are usually 2,400 to 4,400 square foot homes, inside out drone, 5 of them in a day, and I've processed and delivered those 5 the same day. It's a lot of work. 3 of them, 3 houses a day is a nice, steady average to do. 5 is really pushing it, especially if they want it the next day. And most realtors do. They don't want to wait. It's usually a fly by the seat of your pants. So I've gotten really good at editing, and I learned a lot of that on YouTube. Nathan Cool is a really, really good teacher, and I love what he does. It very simplifies everything. It's not HDR, it's flambient, and it's just a really cool way to do it. Took me a while to really get the hang of it, but now I take my Nikon Z9 out and a 14 to 24 millimeter 2.8, and that is my basically bread and butter package for real estate. I take my strobes and just have fun with it. But the main thing is, I know I see a lot of these edited pictures come back, and they look beautiful. I mean, they look really nice, but they all look that same high key. Everything is just like it doesn't look normal, not to me. And some of the realtors that I shoot for, they said the same thing. They said, you know what, your work has a lot of character and mood to it. The other stuff, it looks just like an assembly line blah. I mean, it does. There's no tones, and the lights are all just like bright blasted white walls. It's terrible. I mean, it looks good to your eye, like you think, well, that's really. But when you get there, it's like, whoa, no, this doesn't look like that at all. I do a nice balance with flash and ambient. Again, now if I'm going to get on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook and I look at other photographers, I'm thinking, man, what are they doing? Why are they doing it this way? How can I do it this way? Blah 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 blah. It's that non. It's like you never will win. So do what's best for you, and you will not lose. You will win every time. It might take you a while to get where you need to be, but you will get there. Believe me. 36 years. I've learned a lot in 36 years, brother. Let me tell you, I've learned what people think, how they think, what they do. I've been, I've been stabbed in the back. All kinds of things. People are not loyal. There's a lot of people that are not loyal. And thank God I deal with a lot of loyal people. And I've been shooting for for the same people for 12 years. That's a lot. That says a lot about them, and it says a lot about my services. So keep doing what you do. Keep a positive outlook. Don't let anything get you down. Don't compare yourself. Just be the best you. And if you'd like to put some images down here, I'd like to see them. I would love to hear your thoughts on stuff. I've been watching a lot of this stuff about detoxifying from social media, and the more I listen to that on YouTube, the more and more and more it makes sense. There's so much anxiety, depression. Everything is really caused by a lot of that. I mean, I'm not saying that's 100% cause, but there's a lot of that it causes. I know personally. And if it bothers me, I know it bothers somebody else. And most of the people don't realize it, or they're too afraid to say anything. And most guys don't really talk about stuff because it's always on the women's side. They always talk about blah, blah, blah. But guys are always like, they shut it in, keep it in, and they don't do anything about it. So I'm doing something about it. I'm taking that step that I need to take, and maybe that'll help you as well. And I'm going to do a video on this every few days and let you know how I'm doing without social media. Is it going to kill my business? How am I going to do better with it? Are people actually going to know that I'm not even on there? At the end of the 30 days, Am I going to get anything like any emails from people or calls that, hey, Joe, are you okay? Haven't seen you on Facebook. If you don't get any of that, then you start to think, okay, why am I doing this? Why? I mean, that's a good question to ask yourself. Why am I doing this? Bottom line. Anyways, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next couple days. Keep shooting. Bye.